Greetings from channel. You're in the perfect place if you enjoy actual entertainment updates and celebrity news.
When
a love tale often seems a bit bigger than life when it takes place in front of millions of people. It grows to be larger than two persons. It comes to represent optimism, second chances, and the conviction that love has no time limits. Chalk Chapel and Joan Vassos became that icon for a great number of people. They didn't meet by accident in an airport or in a quiet corner cafe. No, these two came together in the glaring spotlight of a reality TV stage, where they were encircled by cameras, feelings, and fierce rivalry. Nevertheless, there was something about them that felt straightforward, cozy, and reassuring, almost like witnessing two people who had known each other for years finally reunite. Fans believed the fairy tale was set in stone when Chalk got down on one knee with a sparkling ring at the end of the season. However, even the most endearing romances sometimes take unexpected turns due to real life. And now, Joan Vassos' lone holiday post has sparked a flurry of conjecture. A gratitude list that omitted her fiancé, a post devoid of Chalk, and possibly most startling of all, her engagement ring was not to be found. Fans didn't even require a magnifying glass. Bachelor Nation immediately went into investigative mode. Let's take a quick look back before delving into the hints, though, as Joan and Chalk's relationship has never been conventional. After the show, they didn't move in together. They took their time organizing the wedding. Rather, they made a different decision. Something that initially baffled individuals but eventually made perfect sense to them. They developed a bond based on conversations, messages, visits, and enjoying time rather than rushing it. A Kansas man and a Maryland lady decide to fall in love without moving in together or changing their habits or zip codes. It was described as strange by some and refreshing by others. Chalk and Joan merely claimed it as their own. They occasionally saw one other less frequently than once a month. They managed to maintain their houses, freedom, and independence. Maybe love doesn't have to resemble anyone else's idea of it, especially in later age. Perhaps two willing participants, even if they live in different states, are all that is needed. However, everything changed this past Thanksgiving. Joan conveyed reflections, warmth, and thankfulness in her holiday video, but she made no mention of Chalk. Fans took notice right away. As if that weren't enough, the promotional video she uploaded soon after fueled the rumors that were already brewing. Joan had a relationship with a jeweler whom she said felt like home to her. She talked about meaningful items that were lovingly picked as gifts. However, her left hand, where the special $80,000 ring used to sparkle, was naked. A thorough inquiry was conducted in the comments section. Are you still planning to tie the knot? Where is your ring of engagement? Why does he not appear in your post? Are you trying to tell us something with this? The questions continued to come in. Not only were individuals interested, but they were also concerned. From the start, supporters had cheered for this pair. They wanted this tale of love to endure. They sought evidence that connections can occur at any age, that romanticism isn't limited to 20-somethings, that happiness may appear in unexpected chapters. However, fans are also aware of one of the franchise's unbreakable rules. The ring is returned in the event that an engagement terminates. The internet essentially stopped breathing when Joan showed up without it. However, this is where things start to get interesting. Some members of Bachelor Nation hurried into the comments section brandishing digital receipts, while the other half braced for bad news. According to one fan, the two families had just taken a trip to Disney World together. Indeed, both families. They even reported seeing Chalk pushing a double stroller filled with small children. At Disney, a man pulling infants hardly ever yells, "I'm single." Indeed, Joan had recently shared pictures from that very family vacation. She appeared content, at ease, and in the moment. Everything appeared to be all right. Then there was another reminder. Joan and Chalk are expected to join each other on the 2026 voyage. The breakup rumors suddenly lost some of their clarity. Did the engagement end? Did they stop for a moment? Or did fans just misinterpret something? Perhaps the missing ring was not at all a sign of a split. Perhaps she had removed it for the jewelry collaboration. While filming, she might have been preventing damage to the real engagement ring. Perhaps she just wasn't in the mood to wear it that day. Not every second of the day is spent wearing every item of jewelry that they own. However, every action you take when in the spotlight becomes a message. Joan has always handled rumors with tact and consideration. Let's face it, she doesn't run away from inquiries. She doesn't avoid conjecture. Usually, she just speaks up when it feels appropriate. Perhaps she is choosing to be silent because there isn't anything noteworthy to share at this time. Perhaps she and Chalk are dealing with a personal issue. Or perhaps they are just laughing at all the presumptions and are doing just fine. Or perhaps she hasn't yet revealed that the love tale is beginning a new chapter. Because love, particularly love discovered later in life, doesn't usually go as planned. It might be disorganized. It may be sluggish. It can be both completely lovely and unorthodox and perplexing at the same time. What we are witnessing is merely another instance of Joan and Chalk's distinct rhythm if they are still together. To be honest, that might even be more romantic than anything that was seen on TV. However, the tenderness with which Joan has always discussed her journey indicates that if their engagement has indeed ended, she will likely manage it with grace and explain it in her own time and manner. Fans will keep a tight eye on things till then. They care more about these two individuals than they realize, but they also want to know the truth. They want the fairy tale that captured their hearts to endure. More significantly, they want Joan and Chalk to be happy, even if that happiness ultimately leads them in different directions. We can only wait for the time being. Perhaps there will be an announcement in the upcoming chapter. It might be a reunion picture. It can be an invitation to a wedding. Or perhaps it will take a completely new form. However, one thing is guaranteed no matter what. Regardless of how it develops or changes, this love tale has already impacted more hearts than any of them could have imagined. The world is holding its breath, expecting for a bit more magic until Joan speaks out. This narrative is far from over, so stay tuned for updates as soon as new hints emerge. You won't want to miss where this voyage goes next because the next twist could come at any time. We appreciate you seeing Golden Bachelor. Remember to like and subscribe and keep checking back for the next big news.